Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Time's Up Fantasy Sports Talk. I'm your host, the Waiver Wire Queen, the one and only, the one that'll get you right for basketball or football. If you listen to some of my predictions this weekend in fantasy football, you're on your way to the championship. I pretty much hit on the majority of my predictions. I didn't hit on Devonte Adams. I don't know what the hell happened there, but he didn't have the game that he would normally have. Nonetheless, it hurt me, but it also helped me in the league. So it worked out. I'm still in the championship and one league, and then I'll know more tonight after this Pittsburgh game. But nonetheless, this evening we're going to talk about fantasy basketball. I'm gonna get you guys right. I know the season's about to start. I'm going to get you right for your draft or some gems. I'm also going to let you know about some players I feel didn't have bounce back season this year. Okay, because we know there's some players that didn't play well last year, and there's some players that may have been injured, so they didn't get a chance to play last year. And I think they're going to ball out this season. So, okay, let's get right to it, y'all. All right, so let's talk about players I think that's going to have good seasons. I want to start off with someone that I think everybody is targeting, and a player that I was high on coming out of college, but because of injuries, of course, he fell in the draft. He fell, I think, to 11, 12. He fell in the draft, and teams were staying away from him due to those injuries. My lovely Chicago Bulls didn't even look his way, and I was hoping that we drafted him, and he's back, and he played well last year, and his name is Michael Porter Jr. Yes, Michael Porter Jr. I was hoping Chicago took a chance and drafted him. He is definitely going to be a two-way player, in my opinion. He has the talent. I know he's had some injury issues with the back, but you know what? Sometimes you take a chance like that. Denver, they had the luxury of just drafting him and saying, we're going to sit him and, we're going to bring him along slowly. And guess what? It looks like it's going to pay off. He's probably going to start this year, and I think he's going to have a great year. I think everyone is high on him this year. He has talent. He can shoot. He's long. He's going to ball out. Him and Jamal Murray down there in Denver, it's going down this season. Okay, so Michael Porter should be at the top of your list. Not obviously not in the first, second, and third round, but at some point you got to determine when you pick him. All right, pick him up if you can in the draft, because he is not going to be available on free agency. Or if you're in a dynasty fantasy basketball league, snatch him up and he can be one of your building blocks. But if you can target him. He's in. I still feel like Jaylen Brown should go higher than him, because we already know what it is with Jaylen Brown, and he hasn't been hurt. But definitely prioritize snatching Michael Porter Jr. He's one of my players I think is going to have a hell of a season this year. All right, who else? I got Josh Richardson. I'm looking at all these drafts I've had. He is ranked so low. It's terrible how he's ranked. To me, he has potential to be a two-way guard. He can play defense, he can shoot, he can pass, he can do a little bit of everything. It didn't work in Philly, but I feel like some of that was just the coach. As you can see, a lot of those players underperformed. Some of it them not applying themselves, but a lot of that was the coach. They got rid of the coach. You're gonna watch and see how Ben Simmons is gonna ball out this year, and he's going to take his game to the next level. We've been, people been waiting for Ben Simmons to just take to the next level. It wasn't happening with that coach. His time is up. His time was up, and they got rid of him. And now with Doc, you're going to see a difference in Ben Simmons, excuse me. But for Josh Richardson, target him. He is going to have a nice season. I think this was a really great move for Dallas. Definitely for Dallas. I feel like he definitely should be starting. He's going to have a solid season, and he's in some leagues going undrafted. And I'm like, what? And then I'm looking at some leagues, you know, I feel like, hell, you got 12 teams and you want to have this large, long ass roster, which is just ridiculous. And you're picking players that barely gonna play, barely make an impact. So if you could try to scoop him up because he is not ranked well, in my opinion. He is better than what they've given him credit for, and you're gonna see that this season if he's given the fair opportunity in Dallas. This is going to be a hell of a bounce back year for him. He is a sleeper for me. Pick him up. This next player, he's not a sleeper, but I think he took the next step last season. He's going to take an even bigger step this year because guess what? Hayward is in Charlotte. So Jaylen Brown, pick him up. He's a two-way player, so he's going to get you buckets, and he's going to play some defense, probably get you some steals, some blocks, some rebounds. He's going to give you all you need, and he's going to be efficient in what he does on the court. So I would prioritize him in the draft. If you were like me, draft I had yesterday, I was picking like 9th or 10th or something, and I'm like, what the hell I'm doing with that? So I kind of planned things out. Of course, I wasn't going to get one of the top wings, but I'm like, hell, scooping up Brown where I got him at was a great move because he's a two-way player. He's going to get you those points that you need. If you're doing head-to-head, it's all good. Like I said, he's efficient, so you should be good in that regards. So holla at Brown. If you can scoop him up. Right now, my preference would still be Brown over Porter, but Porter is going to ball out this year, so going to ball out. Another player I like, and I think he's going to have a really good season because of the system he's going to be in and the players he's going to play with and the coach he's going to be coached up by is Kelly Oubre. Oubre. I hope I'm saying his name right. He, to me, has always had the talent, and I feel like Washington gave up on him too soon. I think he would have worked out in Phoenix. I sometimes I just don't know what the hell they're doing. I felt like, hell, there's your small forward right there. But I mean, they had other plans. I like the Chris Paul move, so I can't complain about that. But he's gonna have a really good, sneaky good season. You know, I'm watching him be disrespected too in the rankings and really being overlooked. I think he's going to play really well this year. He's going to excel because of the system and the players around him. You got players who are really good, and they're going to make him a better player. And he has talent. He's talented. He's more talented than what people give him credit for. So prioritize and grab him if you can. If he can be one of your stashes on the bench, or if he can be that other wing that you need because you couldn't grab one of the top wings, he's not a bad option. I think they're going to play him. They're going to do their small ball, so you may see him at times play the power forward. Hell, crazy enough out there, they're going to throw him at center once in a blue moon, but no, maybe doing a bit much. But definitely he's going to probably see some shooting guard, small forward, and definitely power forward. I think he's going to have a really good season. Scoop him up. All right, let's go on. Another player who I think is going to have a hell of a season, and he's finally getting his chance. Got my red on, Christmas look. This represents the Chicago Bulls because Colby White is going to ball out this year, and y'all all should be on notice in the stand. The kid he's having a hell of a preseason. He's given the opportunity to start, and he is going to take advantage of that and play well. I had a draft last night, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure I snatch Kobe up." I didn't prioritize and snatch Kobe. So just prioritize. See if you can grab him as maybe a secondary point guard. There are some leagues. Their roster format has like 10, 12 players. I'm not feeling all of that, but I'm in a few leagues that may be set up like that, and I will prioritize Colby White. He's going to get you some, he's going to be efficient. I don't see him just jacking the ball up crazy, so he's going to be efficient. He's probably going to get you a little bit of everything, some rebounds, some steals. Scoop him up. Time's up, y'all. Let me move on to my last player I think is going to have a breakout year who played very well as a rookie. And I hope I don't hack his name up. Roy Hichumara. I probably messed it up, but you guys know what I'm talking about. He's playing for the Wizards. I think he's going to have a really good season because you got Westbrook in here, and he's gonna get the ball. Westbrook gonna get the ball to those young players. So I think he's gonna have a good season with that. He played probably better than what they expected last year, and I think he's just gonna build on that. So he's a nice player to scoop up because I think he's gonna get you points and rebounds, which is you can't go wrong when you get points and rebounds. You know, they'll probably throw him at the 3 or the 4. And they got that rookie, Okoro, I think I pronounced it right. He's gonna be a solid player, especially if you need someone coming off your bench. So, but definitely Roy. Check him out. All right, y'all. We're gonna move right along. Time's up for that little session. Now we're gonna move on to the next. And we're gonna talk about bounce back players. A few players I think is gonna have a bounce back year. If you you know me, you know I love the Bulls. Chicago Bulls, we're gonna have a breakout. We're gonna have a really good season this year. We're looking good in preseason. Our young players are looking better than I expected. You know, I really didn't give Billy Donovan a lot of credit. So, you know, he's got them playing. They look like they enjoy playing basketball again, is what I will say. And when you enjoy it, you know, you just get out there and it's effortless and you just have fun and you play. All right, so my bounce back, Lauri Markkanen. It's my boy. He's going to have a bounce back season. He, you know, struggled the last 2 seasons, injuries, the system. Coach wasn't the right fit for the team, for our young players. And now we got Billy Donovan. And my boy, Lauri Markkanen, is going to have a bounce back year. He's going to get you at least, he can get you 15 and 10. So, and be efficient at it most nights. And he's going to have them nights where he'll be 5 for 15. He's going to have some of those, but I think he's going to have a bounce back year. So you draft him with confidence. You know, he wasn't drafted as high, but I guess not drafted as high. He wasn't ranked as high because of probably the last 2 years due to the injuries and not being as efficient and playing and performing as well. And then some of that had to do with the injuries and then some with the system. But I think it's going down this year. Bounce back season for Lauri Markkanen. Remember, the Waiver Wire Queen said it here first on Time's Up Fantasy Sports Talk. The Waiver Wire Queen has got you right. All right, y'all, let's move on. He's always been one of my favorites. He's always been one of my favorite point guards in the NBA. John Wall, we all know he was traded to Houston. He is going to ball out this year. I don't care if he's playing next to Harden. John Wall going to ball out. He back. He's back. That Achilles injury wasn't nothing. He brushed that off, and he's about to ball out this season. That's all I need to say. So draft him with confidence. He's back, and it's going down. He probably got a chip on his shoulder, a lot to prove because they traded him. You know, made him feel like, oh, y'all trying to say I'm not worth that $40 million? I'm about to show y'all. John Wall, bounce back season. Draft him with confidence. All right. One of my players who I've always been high on, who I think is going to have a nice season. The only thing is this team, you know, they do a lot of, you know, load management, and the time they kind of don't really let any of their players, whether younger players or older players, they don't let them max out with minutes. Dejounte Murray. Got to get his name right before I start talking about him. He is going to have a bounce back year. You know, he was out last year. I think he tore his, not Achilles, he tore his ACL or something. I can't really remember, but he was hurt entire season. He's going to have a bounce back year. He was having a really solid season until, you know, the injury. Last season, the season before last, he was playing very well. But, you know, when you play for San Antonio, you know, they're going to kind of manage their players' time out there. So, you know, expect him to come back. He's going to come back with a vengeance, but also know that it may be capped. There may be a cap on that some days, some games, because of the San Antonio way, which isn't bad because you want your players to be good and well rested and protect them from them injuries, especially with the shortened season and just coming from a season and starting another season within a short period of time, and him coming back from the knee injury. You want to take time. So yes, those are my players. We're going to have bounce back seasons. Yeah, we here. Waiver Wire Queen, we here. Hey. All right, y'all. Time's up. Let's move on to rookies that I think is going to have great seasons. Well, it's going to be very impressive. One who I really love his game, LaMelo Ball. Right? I'm all about Melo. He's had a few not so good shooting nights, but the passing and stuff is there. His defense at times has been a little suspect, but at other times it's been better than what I've expected. And I'm looking forward to seeing this young man excel. I don't know why people keep, hating on him. Like, he's young. Let the kid ball out. Let him play. So many people were hating on him because of his dad. His jealousy, his hate, we don't care. He brushed it off, and he's about to ball out this year and let y'all know that, yep, LaMelo is here to stay. He's going to ball out, and guess what? He has potential to be Rookie of the Year. Remember I said it. He got the potential to be Rookie of the Year, and he's damn sure box office, because those passes, them alley-oop passes he be throwing, woo! The passes, the ones behind the bag, I don't know. The kid has talent, y'all. He is talented. Another player that I actually like what he's doing in his situation, I feel like he has the opportunity to perform well and actually take over the starting spot, is Cole Anthony. I actually like what he's been doing. I feel like Melo is going to be the better long term, but it doesn't matter. I still think Cole Anthony is in a really good situation. He was drafted by Orlando. They really, to me, don't have a point guard. I'm not high on Markelle Fultz. Drafted number 1, it didn't work. He's still serviceable, but I think at a certain point in time, Cole Anthony is going to take that job from him, because he's got it. He's got it. I'm surprised the Knicks ain't look at him, but they went with the hometown kid. Nothing wrong with that. But I think Cole Anthony is another rookie who's going to have a solid season. I think Okoro is going to have a solid season. Let me go to... Okay, so Chicago drafted Patrick Williams. I didn't see it coming out. Read about it the day of the draft, and I'm like, nah, they're not about to do that. They drafted him, but, I've watched him play some preseason games. They've actually been starting him and having Otto Porter come off the bench. And Williams, he has actually looked decent. So if they continue to go that route and he plays well, I expect him to have a solid season. So kind of look for that. If you are in a dynasty league, he may be a nice player to stash and just leave him on your bench for the future. So I'm going to watch and see. We're not going to reach, but we're like they did to a certain extent, but to them it's not a reach because they feel like he has that potential. So we're gonna see. I'm giving him a chance. I'm a Bulls fan, but I'm gonna give him a chance. I said Okoro, I think he's going to have a nice season. Killian Hayes, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but Hayes, I want to see more. He hasn't played that well in preseason, but, I think at some point they're going to have to, they're young. They're going to try to get younger. They're not a playoff team. So at some point you're going to just hand it over to him, see what he can do. They still got D Rose there, but at some point you got to see what you have. You drafted him in the first round for a reason. So, who else I think is going to ball out? Those are the players that I'm high on right now. And, of course, I'm going to be high on a Bulls. Of course. Why wouldn't I? Come on now. It's Waiver Wire Queen. Basketball edition. Time's Up Fantasy Sports Talk. So that's it for me this evening. Y'all know what to do. Holla, follow a sister. Hit that subscribe button and check me out on Facebook and IG at Dream Elite Strive for Excellence, and that is excellence with an X. Y'all been great. Y'all have a great evening. Happy holidays from the Waiver Wire Queen. Peace.